Hey guys, my name's Nicole and today I'm going to be showing you around the electric transit van. We finally had one show off in the showroom. This is it behind me here, so let's take a look through it. The one behind me here is a mid-roof electric transit van with no factory options in the colour frozen white. There are two other colours you can get from factory. You can get moon dust silver or magnetic. You get your blue striping across the grille, 4 front parking sensors, and you've got your main charger in the front here as well. So this just pops open and shows you charging, so that's where you charge it when you need to. As you can see, the lights are halogen style lights, and as with every Ford vehicle, you do get your Ford badge on the front here, hidden into that grille. Something a little bit different about the e-Transit van is the way you pop the bonnet. So when you get your keys, you'll receive 3 keys, 2 to turn on the car, 1 main one, 1 spare one, and also a 3rd key. Now the bonnet latch is actually in the front here. So move it over to number 1 to pop it, and number 2 to get it open. Looking under the bonnet, you do get your electric motor. Now this one has 198 kilowatts of power, 430 Newton meters of torque. That's actually more than your V6 Ranger gets in its diesel variant, and it is the most powerful transit van on the market in Australia. It is a 1-speed automatic transmission. The engine bay is exactly the same as what you'd see in its diesel variants. It hasn't been reconfigured, but you do get a lot more space underneath the e-Transit van hood. Your driving range will vary depending on your load and your roof size. This one here, being the mid-roof, will get anywhere up to 307 kilometers on its battery, where your high roof will see anywhere up to 295 per charge. The e-Transit van comes with 2 different variants with your doors. As a standard, it does only come with 1 sliding door, which is the one I've got here. From factory, you can add dual sliding doors, but that is an additional charge and not something you can do once the car arrives in Australia. Taking a look inside of the cabin, everything is exactly the same as you would see in its diesel variants. It still gets your vinyl flooring, your paneling through the sides, and your lights on the interior as well. This panel here is where your diesel tank would be if you did have the diesel variant. Nothing changes, this doesn't open anymore in your electric van. Interior space, you do get 11 cubic meters on your interior with your standard roof, or 12.4 cubic meters with your high roof variant. With your back doors, you can only get these barn doors. You can't do the rear lift gate like you can in your other variants. In your interior, you do get 10 tie down points. You get 2 at the back here, 2 over your rear arches, 2 near your doors, 1 up closer to the front near your actual cabin, and then 1 on your side step over there. And like I mentioned before, you do get your paneling through it in this beige color. Your barn doors are 270 degrees, so you open them with this little yellow clip here. And there are heavy duty stoppers on the sides to stop that from actually hitting your van itself. It's magnetic, so it won't swing open if you are on a decline. Over on this door, you do have a light button. When you click that, it is a light that sits overhead, so you can see things when you are loading up that cargo. And you also have your reversing camera. On your back bumper, you get your 4 parking sensors, same as your front. You do get your e-Transit van badging as well. As I mentioned, with your 270-degree doors, you will see those stoppers on the back. You get 1 on either side, and as I mentioned, you get your magnets as well. Now let's have a look at the interior cabin. So you do get 3 seats from factory as standard. 2 of those are heated on the either sides. The middle one is not. You can change that to 2 seats from factory. There is an additional charge. It's not something that we can do after the car is built. You will see a few different cup holders through here. You get 1 in your door next to your speaker. There is also a little holder here that says no mobile phones. You also get a cup holder up here next to your actual driver itself. You do get a hidden cup holder here, and then 2 on your other sides of your doors as well. Looking at your storage space, you do get heaps of storage space up on top of your driver's seats over here. You have your main glove box over on your passenger side. Underneath your 2 passenger seats, there is also extra space for storage. Over on your passenger side, in your middle, and on your driver's side as well. Over on your driver's side, you do have a Type-C charger as well as a 12-volt. Up here you can see that you do get your microphones built in for Bluetooth. Now there isn't a specialised sunglass holder, but these cavities are pretty deep. You would be able to put them in there if you needed to. Behind your driver's seats, you do get 2 clips if you do need to hang anything. You also do have a cup holder in that middle one and an armrest on your driver's seat. The tech upgrades in the e-Transit van are phenomenal compared to its diesel predecessors. The e-van does have push button start. Your cluster is still an analog cluster with only a small screen in the middle showing you what your battery life is or the main settings of the car. So you can scroll through those, use your phone, change your radio station, have your navigation set up with your driver assist, all from your smaller screen in the center there. Your steering wheel setup is very similar to what you'll see in the rest of the Ford lineup. Over on the left here, you get your cruise control, and then over on the right side, your main controls for your screen, accepting and declining calls, your voice activation. Your e-van does come with adaptive cruise control, same as what you do get in your Rangers. Different to the rest of the Ford lineup, you will see that your electric handbrakes are actually on the right hand side to the driver. So you just pull that one up to turn them on and press it down to turn that one off. Up here you have your auto hold button, so that stops the car from rolling, and you can take your foot off the brake in places like traffic lights or on a hill as well. Exactly the same as the rest of the Ford lineup, your light controls are on the right hand side to your driver, so you can have them set at automatic or you can turn them on and off as need be. And of course your mirror controls are over here, so you can pull those mirrors in by just flicking that down. Your driver's seat does have fully electric adjustments, so you can change where you need to sit and how high and low it is. The passenger seat doesn't adjust at all. Your steering wheel is a manual telescoping control, so you can pull it forwards, backwards, up and down. Your gear shifter is an electric dial, so you have to have your foot on your brake and you can turn that as need be. If you do leave it in drive by mistake and turn the car off, the car will pull itself into park because it's all electric. You don't actually manually have to do it. In the e-vans, you do get a 12-inch landscape display with Sync 4 connectivity. So that one's a little bit different to the older Transits where you will see Sync 3 in anything 2022. Underneath the screen, you do get 4 different buttons. So you have your driving mode, so when you click that, it will change the screen into your driving mode selector. So you have your normal, eco and slippery modes. You can turn on your max defrost. You can turn your screen into a car mode if you need to with that button there. And then finally, you have your parking assist button. So your full climate control is now in this screen. You don't get any buttons for it, so it's all across the bottom here. Your heated seats. It is a single climate control, it's not dual. You have sat nav. It's not something you have to pay for anymore from factory. It does come in as a standard. Comes with AM, FM and digital radio. Your screen is split into thirds, so when you're heading into other screens, your navigation will stay or your radio will stay depending on what you want that to be, and then your climate control will always stay on the bottom of that screen. All of your car settings are in this screen as well. Your owner's manual is also in this screen. So you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in the van as well, but you can connect that with a cord if you would like to, just below that screen in that USB point that I pointed out before. In the features of the car, you do have a departure and comfort button, so you can change what you would like your climate control to be when you turn on the car. So at Thursday at 1 p.m, you can have it set to warm. But at 9 p.m, you can have it set to medium. So when you turn your car on, it will set your climate control up to that. In your charge settings, you can play around with it and set up where you're going to charge your car at what points. You can also set to how much you want that, so you can set that you only want it 30% charge, 40% charge, so you can take advantage of the lower electricity rates at certain times of the day. On that split screen, you can see your eco behavior, so you can see how much battery everything's using. You do have a USB Type A charger and a 12 volt sitting underneath that screen as well. And even more storage space if you needed it. The e-van does have Ford Pass connectivity with some cool new features, including being able to set up the navigation to where you'd like to go, and Ford Pass will tell you where you need to charge your car for how long and how long that will change your trip by. Now, unfortunately, this van here is sold, so I can't take it out on the roads and really show you how it goes, but stay tuned because as soon as I have one that is available to drive, I'll definitely take it on the road, show you 0 to 100 and just take you on a good cruise in this car. If you do have any more questions about the e-Transit van or anything else in the Ford lineup, please don't forget to leave them below in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos.